Seriously?
So I am being immortalized in miniature form. How cool is that? I've said before that I'm kind of a big deal, and nothing proves that more than this. Hey guys, 6 Plus Stevo here with another video for you, and this one is something a little different, and for me personally, very exciting. Really exciting. It doesn't really get much cooler than this. So I need to, first of all, let's put all of this into some context. What on earth am I going on about? So, for most of you out there, you'll be aware that I do not just appear on this channel, but I also appear on my other channel that I collaborate with some fellow YouTubers, and that channel is the Ork Warbosses. And on that channel we do a show called the Warbosses of the Apocalypse, and it's basically myself, Mr. Dredd Gaming, Mr. Skarner, and the Hobby Git, and the four of us do show where we talk about everything Orky and the hobby in general, but it's mostly Ork centric. And for that channel we had artwork done of ourselves, made in Ork form, so our sort of caricatures of ourselves as Ork Warbosses, and that was really awesome. What I'll do, guys, is I will post a link up in the corner for the Ork Warboss channel, so you can go and check that out. But yeah, the artwork that we had done for us was incredible, and we were so chuffed about it. And just getting our various characters done in Ork form to use for the intro and the thumbnails and everything for the channel was brilliant, and it just gives the whole channel a really good look, and we're absolutely chuffed about it. Now, how did this sort of progress on to me being immortalized in miniature form? Well, last night, at the time of recording this, I was watching my good friend, my fellow warboss, my fellow bald knob, Mr. Skarner of Plastic Crack Gaming, doing his bi-weekly hobby hangout show. And on last night, he had a very special guest known as Gear Guts, who some of you may be aware of. I'm hoping that most of you will be aware of, and if not, then this video should introduce you to him in a good way, and hopefully you'll get over to his websites and go and check him out, because he's doing some incredible stuff. But he had Gear Guts on there as a guest last night in the hobby hangout, and they were chatting about all things 3D printing. So Gear Guts, he runs a business selling STL files for 3D prints, and he designs and creates 3D prints of alternative Ork miniatures and sculpts, and this ranges from just alternative boys and knobs and things like that, and spare parts and you know, bits for kit bashing, all the way up to stompers and titans and just insanely enormous, beautiful Ork vehicles of all kinds and descriptions. And he does some incredible work. So anyway, he's on the show last night, and I'm getting involved in the chat, in the comments, through the live video. And I posed a challenge to Mr. Gear Guts, and I challenged him to create some 3D print files and to create the miniatures of the Ork Warbosses, meaning myself, Skarner, Dim, and Dredd. And he took the challenge, and boy does he work fast, because this was just last night, and currently at the time of filming this it's about 2:30 in the afternoon, and he's done it. He's already created them. Since issuing that challenge last night, he's gone ahead and created 3D printable files of all four of us in miniature form, and it astounds me how fast the guy can work. So basically we're going to have to take a look at these things. Now, these are works in progress at the moment. He wants to refine these a bit more and polish them up and work with the posability and stuff, and just sort of tweak them and change them. But essentially he's completed them. They're here. He sent me the images, to share with you guys and show off what he's been working on. And it's pretty impressive. So without further ado, let's take a look at what he's done. So here we are with Mr. Dim Reaper, aka the Hobby Git, and as you can see, he's got the likeness down really well. Although he's smiling a bit too much for Dim, I would say. But yeah, he's done an amazing job of taking the artwork, the assets from the artwork, and fleshing that out into a 3D sculpt. Obviously, the pictures of us are sort of waist up, so he's had to sort of make it up from the waist downwards. But he's got the likeness there. Absolutely fantastic. Now, Mr. Dim is obviously the runt herd of the group, because he does love his grots and his Gretchen, and yeah, it's just superb, absolutely superb. It looks really cool. I love the little grot hanging from his grot prod there. His grabber stick, should I say? But yeah, he's done a really fantastic job of getting that up in miniature form. Now, like I say, these are very rough. He's literally just done these overnight, all 4 of them. So he said to me that he's gonna work on improving these and adding some more detail and just changing the poses somewhat, and just throwing all the bells and whistles on. But you can already see at this very early stage how good they're looking. How fast this guy works is incredible. We've got a stray hand down there at the bottom. Like I say, I think this is one of the parts he's been using to sort of mix bits around and things. So I think that's just a leftover asset there, down there. I don't think that's actually part of the miniature. That Dim doesn't come with a severed hand. But yeah, there we go. So that is Mr. Dim Reaper, aka the Hobby Git, in all his glory. Let's take a look at one of the other war bosses. This next Git needs no introduction, but I shall introduce him anyway. It is none other than Mr. Dredd War Gaming. That's right, we have the Dredd captain himself, the freebooter pirate scum. But look at this. He has been immortalized beautifully. Absolutely stunning. So in typical freebooter fashion, he's got his pirate hat on. He's got his big cutlass on the go there. He's captured the likeness. We've got the dreads coming down there. You can just about see the dreads. Although Mr. Dredd War no longer has dreads. But yeah, you can see them there. He's got his handful of teeth that he's probably robbed from some bad moon. But yeah, there you go. So again, he's captured the essence of the picture, the artwork, really well there. And I can't wait to see what these are going to look like when they're finalised, because already they're looking really good. But let's move on and take a look at the next war boss. My fellow bald knob, the Blood Axe captain himself, Mr. Skarner. Look at this. I absolutely loved the artwork we had done for Skarner. Getting that Blood Axe look. He's got his captain's cap on there, the cigar in the hand, looking very authoritative. Got that military look that the Blood Axes love. The power fist there looks really cool, really brutish. He's got the pose just about bang on, just like it is on the artwork as well. Again, he's smiling a little bit more than he is in the artwork. He's looking a little bit more dour, a bit more like he's in deep concentration on the artwork picture. But again, that's probably something that will be adjusted slightly. He's got his pack full of goodies and equipment and stuff. And he just looks like an absolute brutish powerhouse. Looks absolutely sublime. And this is something that all of Gear Guts orcs look like. They're just incredibly thuggish, really bulked out. They're very hench. Let's put it that way. They're very hench. And they make sort of standard GW orcs look fairly weedy in comparison. And I think it's a big part of why his range is so popular. But yeah, absolutely stunning work. But we've seen those 3 gits. Let's get to the main attraction. Let's see Mr. 6+ himself. Let's take a look at me. Boom. Here we are. Look at this. The Bad Moon Boss. 6+ Stevo in miniature form. Oh, he's got my lip ring there, look. He's got the bling on go. He's even got my 6+ little logo there on the belt buckle, just like on the artwork. My big ass power claw. Look at that. He's got the tubby nature of being a bad moon. My character is quite rotund and filled out around the belly. That's because I is the richest, so I eat well. I've got the teeth hanging from a necklace and everything. Love it. Love it. The only thing I can say is he needs more DACA. But apparently Gear Guts is working on that, and he will have said DACA in his final form. But yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. I never considered the possibility that one day I would have a miniature of me, representing me on the tabletop, and it's just sublime. It's so good. Already I want this. I'm just looking at this image of it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it. I just want to have it on my desk overlooking things. It's just such a cool piece. How could anyone resist having a miniature of themselves? It's so cool. So cool, and I can't wait to see where he takes these when he's sort of refined them a little bit and tweaked and polished them. It's just so cool, Mr. Gear Guts, sir. I doff my cap to you. Thank you so much for doing this. It's incredible. So there we go, guys. How cool is that? I can't believe the pace Mr. Gear Guts works at. It's just insane. The fact that he can get them thrown together and built up in such a short space of time and looking that good already. I can't wait to see what they look like when they're finalised. But guys, if this has got you interested in Gear Guts' work and these 3D print files, then what I'll do is I will post links down below to Gear Guts' mech shop, where you can buy these miniatures. Not these ones I've shown you, although I have exciting news regarding that. You can buy his miniatures that he prints, and yeah, there's lots of stuff on the storefront to go and just, guys, I don't need to talk about it anymore. Go and check it out. Trust me, you're going to see stuff on there you're going to want to buy. Or if you have a 3D printer yourself, then Mr. Gear Guts also has a Patreon page where patrons get access to the STL files and can print this stuff off for themselves. And I know he's got a lot of patrons at the moment, a lot of very happy patrons that are getting access to all this amazing stuff that he creates. And he creates almost one thing a day, literally. He creates almost one unit per day. That's how fast this guy works, and the stuff he's creating is original and highly detailed and just cool, just so cool. Seriously, guys, seriously, go and check it all out. And in regards to these 4 glorious miniatures of the Ork Warbosses, I have good news regarding that as well. Mr. Gear Guts has confirmed that these will indeed be available for sale very soon. So how cool is that? People are going to be buying a miniature of 6+ Stevo. I can't get over that. That's mental. Mind blown. Yeah. Amazing. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share them with you and show you these really cool stuff. And this stuff that's going on in the Ork community right now is amazing. It really, really is. So yeah, please check the links out down below. Watch the video that I linked earlier, Skarner's Hobby Hangout. Go and check that out. If you haven't been introduced to Gear Guts already, go and check that out. And check out the links down below to check out his Patreon page and Gear Guts Mech Shop, and prepare to be thoroughly impressed. But for now, this is the big deal 6+ Stevo signing out.